All right, 6 weeks in now, and Bachelor Ari is down to 10 women in the quest for love.
This week, Ari and a group of women flew to Paris, and absolutely nothing goes wrong in the most romantic city in the world, right? Well, for a dude's perspective on last night's episode, we have digital journalist Landon Hoff joining us live now from the Social Media Center. Kicking things off with Lauren B. Jason.
Yes, let's start with Lauren B., a Dallas native. She has her one-on-one with Ari this time around, but this one was a little bit awkward, wasn't it?
It was certainly a little bit awkward. So they have them walking through the streets of Paris, which, yes, Alicia, definitely a good place to be. But they kind of show it as if they edit it together to suggest that Lauren B. is not really saying anything at all. It's pretty much just Ari pointing here and pointing there. Lauren kind of just saying, wow, and that's it. I got a chance to ask Ari earlier about that date to see if it was just that awkward, and here's what he said.
And with Lauren, yes, that date was a little awkward during the day, but we did have some really great moments. You know, we took some Polaroids together. We had all these pigeons land on us. You know, we went and shopped a little bit, and those things were cut out. But yes, I was very nervous because she was very quiet and very shy at first.
Hey, Polaroids, pigeons, and Paris, that's the 3 Ps of a great relationship, right,
I mean,
guys?
I'd be nervous for pigeons, too, because they might poop all over you. There's another P that he didn't mention there. But okay,
the fourth
moving
P
on.
was pointing. He was just pointing while she was silent.
Okay, so we actually have a group date at the Moulin Rouge, and apparently there was some unnecessary censorship, at least when it came to the outfits the ladies were wearing. Were you a fan of that, Landon?
Yeah, boy, I tell you what, I've never been to a cabaret show. This is quite the impression of what it's like. I hope the censorship is unnecessary. I guess we'll put it that way. Otherwise, I feel kind of uncomfortable for the girls. I can't imagine taking 6 girls at one time and making them do a cabaret show. That seems to send off some kind of creepy vibes in my book. But hey, I guess the Moulin Rouge is a bucket list item, and the girls seem pretty pumped about it.
I've been to the actual Moulin Rouge, and it was pretty tame.
Was it?
Yes.
So Jason's unimpressed is pretty much what he's saying.
I don't think there's a need to cover things up.
We need a verify segment, Jason at the cabaret. I'll pitch it to the news director.
All right, so we have to talk about the epic 2-on-1 date here, and we're pretty sure that you were maybe doing a little bit of a happy dance in the newsroom earlier because Krystal with a K, finally got the boot.
Yeah, you very well may have caught that happy dance. It was a joyous Monday evening in the Hoff household for sure, with Krystal getting the boot. But they go into this 2-on-1 date, which is really kind of a ridiculous concept to begin with. 2 girls on a date at the same time. That's never going to be anything near normal. But she goes in with her typical arrogance. You see her there talking to Ari. She's talking about how she's wife material. At one point, she talks about the quote-unquote color, texture, and depth of their relationship, which to me makes it sound like a filing cabinet or something, not true love. But she then goes and has enough confidence in the relationship to badmouth Kendall. Kendall's not having any of it. Anyway, Kendall wins out, gets the rose, which I love. I also got a chance to ask Ari about Krystal and why exactly she stuck around for 6 weeks.
Yeah, for me, watching it back is a whole different story. You know, now I'm seeing her interact with the other women. I'm seeing her interviews. And yeah, so watching it back, you know, it's easy to be, you know, a Monday morning quarterback.
Or for us, a Tuesday afternoon quarterback here on News 8 at 4. One interesting note about the 2-on-1 date, there's a whole Twitter moment about this. So Kendall, she gets the rose, but it's just about the puniest rose in the history of The Bachelor. I don't know if you can see that there. It is not large, so there are lots of jokes to be had about that. But I'm sure Kendall did not mind the size of the rose because it means Krystal is gone, and that is good news for us all.
Ari might be trying to tell her something.
That looks like some roses I gave my wife one year, but they opened up. They opened up nicely.
Eventually.
Nice and full. It took like 4 days.
All right, we'll have to leave it there. Landon, thank you so much for the dude's perspective. As always, we'll check in with you next week on Tuesday.
You bet. Thanks.
So